city witches are having their National Witch Convention in one of the biggest hotels in the city today. It is indeed a joyful day for the witches, so they step into the conference room for the gathering, led by the Grand High Witch. I believe she is their supreme leader. After the hotel manager shows them around the conference room, they quickly send him out, and their security witch firmly shuts the door. Then, the head witch suddenly senses something unusual, like someone else is watching them, but without thinking too deeply about it, she casually waves it off. Unexpectedly, we see a little boy hiding beneath the podium, quietly peeking and eavesdropping on the witches. It turns out, the boy had entered the room a few minutes ago, searching for a quiet place to train with his pet mouse. While setting up his things, he heard footsteps approaching the door. He quickly hid under the podium, and that was the exact moment the witches stepped into the room. Now, the boy can only watch from the shadows, not daring to make even the slightest sound. Majestically, the head witch commands her followers to prepare for removal, which means revealing their true forms and getting ready to begin the gathering. Then the head witch walks slowly toward the podium. She removes her gloves, and shockingly, only 3 fingers are revealed. Surprisingly, she orders her followers to do the same, and as expected, every single one of them has only 3 fingers. Then she commands them to remove their shoes, and behold, they have no toes. She removes her own shoes as well, revealing a single twisted toe, truly disturbing. Next, she removes her wig, exposing her completely bald head. She instructs her followers to do the same, and just as expected, their heads are all smooth and bald. That is when the boy beneath the podium realizes they are a group of bald-headed witches. As he carefully peeks through a small opening, he sees the head witch eating bugs, pulling them straight from her own scalp. The next second, she opens her mouth wide, revealing dozens of horrifying teeth. Then, she begins to speak, telling her followers how disgusted she feels seeing children playing happily by the beach. The truth is, witches hate children. To express her rage, she violently throws the pulpit aside. She declares that she wants every child in the world completely wiped out. When one of her followers dares to question her, she instantly strikes her dead without the slightest hesitation. Then she explains her plan to the others, telling them that they will open a candy store. Next, she brings out a potion she prepared called the Mouse Maker. A single drop of this potion on a candy can turn a child into a mouse in 1 hour. 2 drops will take effect in just 2 minutes, and 3 drops will transform a child into a mouse in 13 seconds. After revealing her plan, her followers erupt in excitement. The Grand High Witch then announces that she has already given a boy her poison cookies, and in a few minutes, that boy will walk into the room, and they will all witness the results of her experiment. They cheer even louder. But before the head witch can finish speaking, she suddenly senses an unfamiliar scent again. With her mysterious nostrils, she tracks the smell coming from beneath the podium. Immediately, she flips the podium over, but finds nothing. The boy has already escaped into a nearby vent. As the witch flies toward the vent, there comes a heavy knock on the door. It is a chubby little boy, the same one who ate the witch's cookies, now back to take more. That distraction distracts the head witch, unknowingly saving the boy hidden inside the vent. As the chubby boy steps forward to grab the cookies, that is the exact moment the potion begins to react. His body jerks violently as strange smoke bursts out of him. The next second, he shoots into the air, and his clothes drop to the ground. Then, a small chubby mouse crawls out of the clothes. Behold, the boy has been transformed into a mouse. The witches rejoice. Their potion is successful. The head witch orders the mouse to be captured, but it is not as easy as they think. Helplessly, the boy in the vent whispers to his mouse, asking it what they should do. Surprisingly, the mouse responds. It dashes out, grabs the chubby mouse by the tail, and quickly rushes back into the ventilation duct. While the boy is still confused about what just happened, the head witch suddenly notices him and drags him to the floor. They attempt to force the potion down his throat, but he resists, so instead, she pours it through his ear. The next second, the boy convulses violently. Then, he shoots upward, and as he falls back down, he begins to shrink and transform. A tiny mouse emerges from his clothes. The boy has now been turned into a mouse, but before he can escape, the witch lunges at him. The white mouse refuses to stand by and watch. She dashes out instantly, launching herself at the witch, causing the witch to strike herself. The white mouse saves him, and together they escape into the narrow vent passage. The witch chases them relentlessly. Magically, she stretches her arm, reaching out to grab them. One of the mice quickly reminds him to run on 4 legs. They barely escape the giant hand, but ahead of them, a spinning fan blade blocks their path. Without hesitation, the chubby mouse uses all his weight to crash through the barrier, and they escape successfully. The witch's arm gets caught in the fan blade, forcing her to pull back in intense pain. I know you will be kind enough to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss my next breakdown. Thank you. The mice land on another side of the ventilation duct. Confused, they begin asking each other questions.
Why are we mouses?
After a moment, the brown mouse explains that his grandmother knows a lot about witches because when he was still human, his grandmother used to tell him stories about witches and how they operate. So now, they must find their way back to Grandma. She might be the only one who can reverse this spell, but getting to Grandma's room won't be easy. They must pass through the kitchen, carefully avoiding the chefs at all costs. The chubby mouse keeps slowing them down. Now, they sneak their way into the elevator. By attaching themselves to a lady's bag, they manage to reach the 4th floor, where Grandma's room is located. Now they face a new problem. How can they possibly open the heavy door in front of them? But the brown mouse always has a solution. They quickly form a mouse ladder and press the doorbell. The white mouse almost slips and falls, but they catch her just in time, mid-air. Suddenly, a janitor spots them. Panicked, she screams and chases after them, but catching a mouse is nearly impossible. They dash straight into Grandma's room. In panic, the janitor slams the door shut behind them. Now Grandma turns, staring directly in their direction, confused. That is when the brown mouse steps forward and calls out to her.
Grandma, it's me! Grandma, it's me, your grandson!
Grandma freezes. In shock, she responds.
Is that you, boy?
Yes, Grandma!
She can't believe what she's seen. How could the boy who stepped out just minutes ago return as a mouse? It makes no sense. The brown mouse quickly explains everything, how the Grand High Witch turned him into a mouse. Then, he introduces his friends, Bruno and Tessie, to Grandma. Grandma is completely stunned. Even the little pet she bought is now talking. Then Tessie tells her own story. At that moment, everything finally becomes clear. Grandma now understands exactly what is going on. The brown mouse goes further, explaining the witch's plan to eliminate all children in the entire world. They must find a way to stop her. But before they can do anything, they need to sneak into the Grand High Witch's room and retrieve a potion that can reverse the spell and turn them back into humans. Once again, the brown mouse comes up with another clever idea. Now, they are ready to take action. The Grand High Witch stands on the balcony, staring bitterly at the children playing below. Then she brings out the potion and dips it into ice cubes. Grandma and the mice see exactly what they have been looking for. Now their plan begins. The brown mouse is lowered down by Grandma, using a carefully prepared wool rope. Slowly, he descends. He reaches the floor below and immediately runs into the High Witch's room. He jumps onto the sofa, bounces onto the pillow, and lands perfectly on the table. Without wasting time, he crawls into the ice bowl and grabs the potion. But just as he turns to leave, the witch walks in. Now he has no choice but to hide under the table, waiting, holding his breath. The moment she looks away, he dashes out at full speed. Grandma quickly begins pulling him back up, but mid-air, the witch notices the rope and grabs hold of it. Grandma quickly tries to play it off, convincing her that it's nothing serious. Just then, a knock echoes from the door. The witch is forced to let go. The rope is released, and the mouse makes it back up safely with the potion. Back inside the room, Grandma begins mixing the potion carefully. All of them join hands and pray. They wait, but nothing happens. Silence. Grandma feels deeply disappointed that her mouse grandson gently comforts her, asking her if she will still take care of him, even if he remains a mouse forever. Grandma looks at him and assures him she always will. Now, they move on to their next plan, to stop the witches from turning more children into mice. As expected, the brown mouse comes up with another clever idea. Grandma looks at him, asking if he is truly sure about this plan. Now it is time to act. Once again, the brown mouse takes the potion. Through the ventilation duct, he carefully makes his way toward the kitchen. Now the big question is, how can such a tiny mouse pull this off? Carefully, he moves behind pots and pans, staying completely out of sight. Step by step, he reaches the exact spot he needs. He opens the potion, grabs a large spoon, carefully places the potion on the spoon, and then slowly lifts the spoon higher until the potion drops straight into the hot soup. He lets out a small laugh and immediately runs back to Grandma. I know you already subscribed to this channel. Thank you. Their plan has officially begun. Every single witch is about to be turned into a mouse. Grandma, with the mice hidden safely inside her handbag, slowly makes her way to the cafe to have lunch. She carefully chooses a table, one that gives her a perfect view of everything that is about to unfold. She calmly places her order, waiting, watching. Meanwhile, the Grand High Witch is just about to enjoy her meal, but suddenly her sharp eyes lock onto Grandma. She pauses. The spoon stops mid-air. They both lock eyes. Tension fills the atmosphere. Then the witch slowly steps forward. As they begin to talk, one of the mice quietly sneaks out and steals the witch's room key. While the witch tries to intimidate Grandma, something unexpected happens. One of the witches seated at the dining table suddenly begins to convulse violently. Her body jerks uncontrollably. Then she shoots upward and instantly transforms into a hideous mouse. Panic, confusion, chaos begins. One after the other, every single witch starts transforming. The entire cafe erupts into madness. Guests scream, tables scatter, mice run everywhere. Grandma sits calmly with a quiet smile on her face. Now tell me, what exactly did that poor gentleman do to deserve that ruthless bite? Without wasting time, Grandma and the mice head straight to the Grand High Witch's room. The mouse inserts the key and slowly unlocks the door. Grandma steps inside. Her eyes widen. The room is filled with countless prepared potions. Without hesitation, she starts grabbing as many as she can. The mice rush out to help her, working quickly. Time is running out. But at that exact moment, the door swings open. The witch is back. Grandma is too focused. She doesn't notice immediately. In pure rage, the witch yanks off the headboard violently. Grandma turns. Now there is no escape. She has no choice but to stand her ground, face to face with the witch. Then, Grandma speaks, calmly, confidently, telling her that very soon she too will turn into a mouse. But the witch smirks. She makes it clear she never drank the soup. In the next second, she begins to stretch her arms unnaturally towards Grandma. Although Grandma is slightly frightened, she refuses to back down. But at that critical moment, the mice launch their attack. The brown mouse leaps into the air and releases the potion straight into the witch's mouth while she screams. The potion takes effect instantly. She shoots upward and in a flash transforms into a hideous mouse. Consumed with rage, she charges after Bruno and the others, but before she can reach them, Grandma slams a glass cup over her. Trapped, she cannot escape. Then, the brown mouse hands Grandma the key to a large trunk. Grandma opens it, and her eyes widen again. Stacks of cash, a whole fortune hidden away. She quickly grabs some of the money and a few more potions. Then she walks over to a cage nearby and releases the cat inside. The cat steps out slowly, its eyes fixed on the trapped witch. Before the witch can even beg, the cat lunges. We hear nothing but strange, helpless sounds. And just like that, it is over. As Grandma walks out of the hotel, she begins to hand out money to the staff, smiling warmly. A strange victory, but a satisfying one. Bruno tries to approach his mother, but she panics and runs away. Now, Grandma takes in her grandson alongside his friends. Together, they begin a new life, different but happy. A family in their own unique way. The story ends here. Beyond recap. Watch closely and take care.